Good evening and welcome to our business meeting of May 21st, 2026. We convened the meeting at 6 o'clock and then went into an executive session. We have come out of the executive session, and so we are reconvening our public session. Well, let's start with the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this point in the meeting, the public may speak on any of the listed agenda items. Seeing nobody coming up to the microphone, we're going to move to the consent agenda.
Resolved to approve consent agenda items 2 through 6 as appears on the consent agenda portion of this agenda.
Second.
Questions or comments?
The consent agenda includes approval of CSE, CPSE placements, an updated substitute listing, approval for various staff members for additional or unpaid hours, 2 donations, one from the Deanna Bell family for the John C. Kleininger Scholarship Fund, and one from NYSERT, which will be deposited in the general fund. The board is also approving entering into agreements to authorize RIC 1 ROC, which stands for One Risk Operations Center, for an intermunicipal agreement to negotiate data privacy agreements with vendors and third-party contractors.
Thank you.
I have a question. What is NYSER?
The New York State Insurance Reciprocal.
Thank you.
They give us a $1,000 grant every year for us to put back towards one of our programs. It's who our insurance provider.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolutions pass. So we're moving into reports. Students, how's it going?
The junior class went to Six Flags today for their field trip. Tomorrow there'll be the Spotlight Award ceremony in the PAC during lunch. Tomorrow is also the midpoint for the fourth quarter. The chorus concert is May 27th at 7 p.m. And the band concert is on June 3rd at 7 p.m. And then also the TV production class won second place for the Art and Culture segment and third for Best Broadcast for the 9th show.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
Congratulations. Okay, it's busy there at the end of the year. Dr. Luff, do you have things left on your report?
I do. We had a long one tonight. So I want to begin by thanking all the community members who came out and voted for the district budget and ultimately supported both the district budget, the town library, and participated in the election of our board trustees. I did want to take this opportunity to thank Crystal Hernandez for her years of service and congratulate Jay Lee, who will be stepping in as a board member effective July 1st. Some of the events, we had the opportunity to host the Commissioner of Education, who came with the Chancellor, Assistant Commissioner, and the Deputy Commissioner. They had a chance to tour all 3 of our buildings, really with an eye towards meeting and hearing directly from our students. It was a really successful trip. The Commissioner had very nice things to say and sort of our ending of the day debrief. I give her credit. She stepped right into classrooms and immediately began speaking with students. We sort of had to, well, not we, her assistant director had to sort of drag her from one class to the next because she didn't want to stop the conversation she was having with one student in order to go to another space. And I do want to thank all of the staff, administrators, and students who participated in the visit and made it such a success. We always are eager to show off the amazing things that we're doing here in Putnam Valley, and I know she certainly left with that. We had our second bid opening for the remaining portions of our project, our facilities project. So the good news is we received bids in all of the necessary fields, and we anticipate awarding those. In fact, some of those bids will be awarded this evening, so we can begin whatever work we can this summer. The board already accepted the site survey work, the site work for here at the middle school, high school campus, so that work is already scheduled. So now we'll be awarding well drilling, our HVAC installation, and roofing work this evening. So there is still a remaining contract or 2 out there that we expect to have on the next agenda, but I'm glad that we're able to move forward in that voter-approved project. Our Culture and Discipline Committee held our last meeting of the school year. We're in the process of finalizing our guiding principles, which will be shared out with both staff, students, and parents before next school year. And we're working on our action planning, SMART goals for next year as we reconvene that committee moving forward. BOCES hosted their district component orientation reception, which I was able to attend. We heard from students in several of their programs, got sort of a tour of some of their facilities, and actually had the privilege of watching one of their students paint artwork live in front of us. Totally an aspiring Bob Ross, for those who know who he is, and printing mountains, landscapes, trees, waterfalls from scratch to completion in about 40 minutes on a canvas. It was really impressive to watch. In fact, all of us got to leave with a piece of his artwork as sort of a parting gift. So that was huge kudos. Jordan is his name. I will introduce him as an inspiring artist. Very impressive. So our TV production IB film students held their annual celebration and had their film contest or film night. Middle school had their concerts. I know the chorus concerts the last 2 evenings. Middle school this morning hosted their career fair. I was sorry I was not able to attend, but I do know they had many from within our community as well as within our school district attend the career fair, as well as some of our board members. We had a World War II vet, Niles Mokler, who fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima, who just turned 100 years old, come in and speak with our students this afternoon. Ms. Levine and I had the opportunity to stop by. I was all captivated and didn't want to leave. I actually had the opportunity. He came to our 7th and 8th grade chorus concert the other night, so I got the opportunity to speak with him there. But he is as bright and witted as you would a 20-year-old would be. He carried on conversations with students for well over an hour today, answering questions, participating in interviews. They filmed a lot of it, so we have the opportunity to capture it. I spoke with him at great length several times today. He actually gave us a challenge coin with his name on it, sort of commemorating his experiences, both in the Battle of Iwo Jima, as well as his service to the country, and the fact that he's 100 years old and still going around to share his knowledge and experiences with our students. So I know that many enjoyed it, his experience, that we thank him for the time he dedicated to our school district. At our elementary school, we've hosted many events. We had our community read event earlier this week, or last week, this week?
This week.
I already forgot, I don't know what day it is anymore. Earlier this week, we had our community read event, so community members from around the town and region come in and have an opportunity to read to our students. 1st and 2nd grade hosted concerts. We had our garden planting party for the 2nd year, which is, again, a huge success. If you have opportunities, take a look at how beautiful the front of the elementary school is, and thanks to all the community members who donated plants and came and planted them for us. And the student vote of Mason's middle name, tied to civics and civic engagement lessons, I believe is in the process of getting narrowed down to limited choices. In retrospect, we should have started that way. But now students will have an opportunity to vote on sort of a final list of names, so we'll ultimately have a middle name for Mason. I don't know, do we know the favorites?
The choices?
The ones that emerged?
Not officially.
Not officially.
No.
I know Tiger is in there.
I
but
know Tiger is
I don't want
there.
to influence the
Did
vote.
the mighty win?
I think you were the only one who picked the mighty.
I think you were the only one.
Oh, come on. That's a great little name. Mason the Mighty.
Mason Tiger was a big one.
So I will be sure to let everyone know when the name is finalized. But the process continues, and certainly a great opportunity for our students to understand what civic engagement means and participate in such a meaningful activity as voting. Katona Museum of Arts is showcasing their Young Artist event through May 24th, and we have 9 high school seniors who have their artwork on display there. Just a quick public service announcement. Our elementary school has a half-day scheduled tomorrow. This is a give-back day associated with their parent-teacher conferences, so it's scheduled for Friday, May 22nd. Students will dismiss half-day. The Putnam Valley High School Theater Works has their 2026, the High School Theater Works Spring Musical, Into the Woods, received 3 Metro Award nominations. Outstanding Performance by Student Critic by Peyton Ferraguzzi. Outstanding Duet Performance by Massimo in Vienna. and outstanding performance in leading male role was Massimo. So congratulations to them, and we look forward to seeing if they ultimately win at the Metros. We have a lot coming up. This is a very busy time of year. So our elementary school has their Colonial Day scheduled for tomorrow, as well as our high school Spotlight Awards, as the lady shared. High school chorus concert on May 27th, middle school chorus concert on, middle school band concerts on May 28th and 29th, high school band concert June 3rd. Hope nobody plans on being home with their kids any day soon. Lower Hudson Council School Superintendent's Scholarship Achievement Dinner. So Barbara, myself, and Mr. Mello will be joined by our Val and Sal on June 3rd. Elementary school 4th grade concert June 4th. High school underclassmen awards June 5th, if you catch that's every day that week. Elementary school haiku celebration June 9th. Senior cap and gown walk at the elementary school June 10th. Senior awards June 10th. Middle school art show and 8th grade IB community project showcase on June 10th. That brings us to our next meeting. So all of that will happen before we meet again. After we meet, shortly thereafter, kindergarten show on Flag Day, June 12th, athletic awards, June 15th, 4th grade Revolutionary War reenactment, June 16th, high school graduation, June 18th. Obviously, we have our 4th and 8th grade moving up ceremonies, all of that good stuff. More information to come after our next meeting for those, or during our next meeting for those events. I did want to take an opportunity to recognize 2 of our board members. So Crystal Hernandez was recognized by the New York State School Board Association with Excellence in Recognition Program. So we know we have a certificate for her. Yeah, I need to give it to her. So this certificate acknowledges school board members who strive to continually expand their governance knowledge and skills. And a letter will be placed in your folder at NYSSBA.
Thank you.
Also, Ms. Barbara Parmalee received a Level 4 Lifetime Achievement Award, which is NYSSBA's highest award level for Board Excellence Recognition Program. Also a letter placed in your file at NYSSBA and a fancy plaque.
Lovely plaque.
For you.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And a free registration for the annual convention and expo.
Wow.
Really?
And a pen.
And a
Saving
pen.
the district's money.
But it's in Buffalo.
Buffalo.
In Buffalo. Oh, no.
In October.
Oh, no.
I'll go instead.
So, in line with our visit from our Iwo Jima veteran, I do want to wish everyone a safe and wonderful Memorial Day weekend. A weekend we pause and honor the men and women who gave everything, and we encouraged dedication. And their courage and dedication will never be forgotten. So I want to thank all of the veterans, especially those who we lost, to make this country what it is today. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Phew. Surprise. Okay, new business. Number 1, please.
Resolved by the Board of Education to accept the final vote tally for the budget proposition, the board election and town library budget proposition held on May 19, 2026 as follows. Proposition 1, budget, yes votes 985, no votes 876. Proposition 2, Town of Putnam Valley Library additional funding, yes 1,018, no 844. Board of Election candidates, Crystal Hernandez, 836, Jay Lee, 900, write-ins 29.
Second.
Questions or comments?
Going to Miss Crystal.
We are.
Thank you,
I
Sally.
mean that.
And
Thank you.
again, Dr. Luff predicted that our vote was going to be 52 to 48.
We lost the percentage.
So, I'm glad so many people came out to vote,
We need more.
but we need more yes votes.
Yeah.
It's a little scary when we had more no votes than 2 of the neighboring school districts had total vote. So, but it means people in Putnam Valley are engaged in the process. Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
I just want to say really quickly, I will sincerely miss doing this work along all of you. I will absolutely be wholeheartedly involved still in the buildings from a parent perspective. But it has been my joy and my honor to serve alongside you and to learn so much from each and every one of you. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Number 2, please.
Whereas Allison McDougall has been previously tenured as a teacher in a New York public school or BOCES, and whereas said teacher has presented proof of receipt of tenure, now therefore be it resolved upon recommendation of the superintendent of schools that the Board of Education hereby appoints Allison McDougall to a 3-year probationary term as a reading teacher commencing on September 1st, 2026 and terminating on August 31st, 2029 in the tenure area of reading at the middle school on Step 10 MA of the PVFT salary schedule. Ms. McDougall holds literacy B through 6, 512, and childhood education 1 through 6 provisional certifications.
Second.
Questions or comments? She's going to be at the elementary school or the middle school?
Middle school.
Okay.
We had both middle school AIS teachers retire this year. So Liz and Denise are retiring. We have one in-district staff that'll be moving into one of those positions, and we had to fill the other.
Good. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Number 3, please.
Resolved on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools to appoint Renee Renna to a probationary appointment as theater manager effective September 1st, 2026, with a probationary period of 52 weeks, August 31st, 2027, at the High School Performing Arts Center at an annual salary of $75,000. Ms. Renna is also approved for up to 5 days of paid training before her start date of September 1st, 2026.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Wait, sorry.
No, we can do it. I
No.
just have a question. Her contract says that it's only for 200 days. Is she still going to be managing the pact for the summer, or will we be hiring an interim?
So there's very little that happens in the PAC regarding rentals over the summer. So the reason for her 200 days is to cover the events that do typically it's a school calendar position. They only work while the school's open. So the 200 days gives us flexibility over breaks and over the summer.
I know that like different theater.
We have one
KJK.
theater group, yeah, they use it. Now, they don't need a lot of assistance, but yeah, she would be able to cover when they're here.
And that includes that.
Yep.
Perfect. Great.
Okay, I'm going to do it again. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Number 4, please.
Resolved on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools to accept the resignation of senior office assistant Alicia Hunter from the district effective May 27, 2026, as per document number 193-26, attached to the agenda and official minutes of this meeting.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Number, what was that, 5? 6.
Yeah. Resolved on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools to appoint Gina Masia to a probationary appointment of senior office assistant effective June 1st, 2026, with a probationary appointment of 52 weeks, May 31st, 2027, at the district's office Human Resources Department, Step 6 of the CSEA salary schedule.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Number 6, please.
Resolved on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools to accept the resignation of recess/lunch monitor Laura Egan's from the district effective June 26, 2026, as per document number 191-26, according to the agenda and official minutes of this meeting.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolutions pass. Number 7, please.
Resolved to authorize the following adjustments to the restricted general operating fund reserves as follows. Pending the annual audit resulting from 2025 to 2026, remaining unexpended general fund appropriations and revenues. Increase the capital reserve 2024 under Education Law Section 3651 up to $1.5 million for future capital projects, and increase the Employee Retirement System Reserve Fund, GML, Section 6-R, up to $1.5 million.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Resolution passes. Number 9, please.
8.
Number
8.
Oh, sorry, 8.
Yeah.
Resolved to nominate Cheryl Brady as a candidate for the New York State School Board Association Area 10 director position.
Second.
Questions or comments?
I got the
Cheryl's
acronym
done-
correct, right? I just want to
Huh? What?
just make sure I got the acronym correct. So,
She's done a really good job. It's nice that she's going to stay on and continue to do that work. So I'm happy that we're nominating her. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Number 9, please.
Resolved on the recommendation of the superintendent of schools to award bids for contracts 2, 3, and 4 for the 2025 capital project as per KG&D Architects, document 195/26, attached to the agenda and official minutes of this meeting. Number 2, Roofing Barrett Incorporated. Number 3, General Construction, MCT at Service Incorporated. Number 4A, Mechanical Construction, Mangla Mechanical Incorporated. Number 4B, Geothermal Well Field, Reliable Well and Pump Service, LLC.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. So I'd like to open it up for public comment on any topic. Upcoming meetings, well, we have one June 11th and June 25th.
So our next meeting on June 11th, I know Ms. Levine is working on, with Mr. Mello to schedule the CTE presentation. So we're not sure if we're going to be able to get someone from BOCES yet, but if not, we'll look to get our own students, and if not, we'll do it ourselves to provide an update regarding what's
That's
going
great.
on in the
Thank
CTE
you.
program.
Thank you.
So that's scheduled for the June 11th meeting.
Great. Board member comments.
Just, it's very busy, and I know Barbara, all of us are like all over the place. But the concerts that have been put on at both the elementary and the middle school the past couple of weeks were just so moving and inspirational. It's a funny thing, Barbara, as we talked, seeing the progression like we can. We go to the elementary, go to the middle school, then go to the high school. You can see the growth that these kids have. And it is just an amazing phenomena to see how our music arts department groom these kids to such a great level year after year after year. It's a prideful part of what we do here in Putnam Valley. And kudos to that whole music department.
Dr. Luff mentioned now I've lost it, the thing that we did today. What was it called? The student,
the career fair.
I'm sorry?
Career fair.
Career fair.
Yes.
Was great. So there were so many people from the community that shared their life experiences with kids. The students were so engaged, even like at boring tables, but they asked really good questions. They were really just darling. And the younger ones whose parents were presenting would run to their parents, and the older kids would just like walk on the side and not acknowledge their parents. But it was really nice, and we really appreciate the community members that come out and do this. It's a long day. It was from 8 to 12, so it was a good 4 hours, but really very positive and very good. I have to laugh because one of the questions they asked several times was like, how much schooling did you have to go to qualify for this job? So I said, well, my teachers, I can give you that, but there aren't any qualifications for the board except being elected and then coming to everything. And coming to everything you can and taking every class you can. Well, why are you taking classes if you don't have to? Well, because that's the only way to learn. So it was very cute. They were really good. And how much do you make? How much do you make?
As a board person?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, an exorbitant amount.
Still zero.
So that
$3.
that was really
It costs
cute.
us money, really.
And it's really nice when students come up and know who I am. Either you taught my sister, you taught.
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of returning students who come and share their expertise, which was really nice to see. So, yeah.
And just to piggyback on that, Barbara, just to, just communicating. And it won't occur for another year, but all the community's invited to participate, to sit behind a booth. You know, we'd love to see. They're always looking for volunteers to come in, so.
And we need a nurse.
There were no nurses?
No, there were.
Oh,
Dr.
okay.
Amin and Debbie Monteferrante's daughter, who's a
Yeah. I did it last year, and I felt that I saw like all of the
Pediatrician.
students who were still in the middle school last year. I will do it again next year, but all the other people have already seen my colorful board, and I thought I might get, booed for my colorful board. So I wanted to give them a year off.
So, it was good.
We also had the opportunity to go to the community read aloud at the elementary school on Monday, and that's always a highlight to me. I know for many people, so it's always fun to go and choose a book and go read to the staff read to the students. So I did the 4th grade this year, which was different. I'm usually 2nd grade, so totally different questions, totally. So, and it was fun
They
to see
bumped you up too, Sam.
Yep, and I was reading Green Eggs and Ham. And
the fourth grade.
the fourth graders were kind of, huh? What?
But then they ask great questions, and the whole dialogue that occurs within the classroom.
The
is
amazing thing, halfway through the book, this little youngster raised it. I said, yeah, what's your question? He says, the theme of this book, it's don't judge a book by its cover, right? Like, you got to try it before you deny it. I thought that was brilliant. Green Eggs.
Brilliant.
Right in the midst of this.
I
yeah.
love that they talked
The
about
kindergarten
what the
kids
theme
who
of
I
the book
usually
is.
read that to, they just sit there in awe,
Yeah.
But the 4th grade, they were quick to catch
They had a whole
the
dialogue.
take-up of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cute.
I just want to take a moment to celebrate the fact that the Commissioner of Education and the Chancellor of Education in New York were both in this building, in the other 2 buildings as well, to see the amazing work that both teachers, students, staff, administrators are doing. And boy, what a day of pride that was. It really just was so great to see a sampling of our programs, which the district did a tremendous job in planning that visit, which was very short to be able to show all of the things that we do. And I know that we didn't get to everything, but certainly there was much represented in that day. And it was a beautiful day to just show all that's happening in Putnam Valley and how we are small but mighty and set apart from many other school districts, and leading and paving the way for other school districts in a lot of ways. So I just want to thank the district because there's a lot of work that goes into planning a visit like that. It's a lot of work. Kids don't just magically show up at certain times to certain things. So thank you, Jackie Levine, for all that you did to support that, as well as Dr. Left and his team. It was a really great day, and I was just very proud.
Yeah.
I was very proud of us. So, yeah. I also want to say congratulations to Jay Lee. I think that one of the takeaways from this season for me was for our community to see a process like that be done so incredibly respectfully and, with the best of intentions for our kids. And I think that was just wonderful. I'm super excited that he's another parent and that he'll be here for a good long minute with his babies. And so congratulations to him and his family for this new appointment and this new journey.
Not to be a downer, but I have some comments. I feel that, again, with the half day tomorrow, we had a surprise. So, and I can tell the district is surprised because they have sent out several emails like, hey, don't forget. And not that the district was surprised, but they expect the parents to be surprised, right? So they don't know that the parents know this. So again, for the 2nd year in a row, I am pleading with the district that we need to get this on the calendar. It's still not on the calendar. When you look at the monthly calendar, you can see it, but I know as a parent in the district, this is actually the first time I've ever looked at the monthly calendar. My son is in 6th grade. I didn't even, I was looking for that calendar. It is not in the one that is the day that shows half days, which people print out at the beginning of the year. And we did amend it in December, on December 11th. And then I had asked last year that we mention all half days by the end of spring break. And it's still not here. And while, Children's Center is again not able to do tomorrow. I spoke to her. I reached out, and I got an email like, oh, Children's Center isn't able to do it because we didn't have enough warning. And I spoke to Annie, and they're not part of the district, which I think is like fair, like needs to be mentioned. They're part of the Parks and Rec district, but they take care of our students. They allow our students to go to school because they take care of the kids after school. If that wasn't the case, then kids would go elsewhere, right, where they would have aftercare. So I feel that they are not looped in early enough. She says she needs at least 3 months. They're already working on a short staff. So to get people to be able to take off from their regular calendar jobs, she needs 3 months notice to get people to work on those extended days. I'm not saying that it is the fault of the district or, the fault of Children's Center. I don't believe that it's anybody's fault, but who I do feel for is the working parents who, time after time, are stuck with these half days, and luckily it does not happen in the middle schools, but for the little ones who really need parents to be home, they're scrambling. I mean, even teachers, teachers who have to stay for the extra half days, don't have somewhere to put their children. So I just, again, want to make it a goal for next year, or a suggestion. Even in these little tiny notes at the bottom, I don't see anywhere that May 22nd is a half day. Just that it would be added as a holiday. So I propose, and it's not the color, so I propose that we put the half days on this calendar, that we ensure that at the beginning of the year, and I'm happy while I'm on the board to step up into this role and ensure that Children's Center is notified of it with the September calendar of all of the half days, because I think it's important that they are able to plan well in advance for them so that they can provide for our students. So I just move that we amend our, I don't know if I can move, I don't know, whatever. I want to put on that calendar, the one we amended, or the one we adopted for 26, 27, that we put the half days, that we,
That's a half day that, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Luff, that we know in advance because it's the give back day for the parent-teacher conferences, right?
Correct. So, listen, I'm open for suggestions. This date was shared back in August 2025 with all families, that there would be a half day. It's been posted on the building calendar since then. So while it may be missing on the district, the one pager that we send out, and I'm totally in favor of putting them on there or having a conversation regarding when to best schedule those half days. We do owe elementary school teachers as a contractual obligation. They get a half give back day for each of their parent conferences. So if they have 2 evenings of parent conferences, we owe them 2 half days. The contract doesn't specify when those half days need to be scheduled. We've sort of allowed them to determine, or the union and building to determine when to schedule those days, which is why it's the Friday before Memorial Day, and I believe the other one was the day before, I think it was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. But certainly the board sets the calendar and has the right to select those days. But I do want to, I understand maybe the Children's Center doesn't want to check our calendar, or they don't want to, we can do a better job of getting that information, but I want to be clear that this date has been shared I have the document that Margaret shared with all families in August 2025, which clearly lists all of the days, including May 22nd as being a half day for a 12 p.m. dismissal. It's on our one sheet, Putnam Valley Elementary School events for the entire school year that was shared back in August. So certainly the Children's Center had access to the information. We could do a better job of proactively reaching out to them, but we don't do that for every other organization, right?
Yeah,
it's up to organizations that use our buildings to check our calendar. Like, if sports teams use it, we don't reach out to them and say, hey, we have a half day this. They ask us if there's any half days that they need to know about. But this is not the issue we've run in the past, which we've made a commitment to not do, is scheduling half days at the end of the year too late, which is probably warrants the next conversation. But this is not that, right? This isn't just a give back day. Typically, we base it on the number of unused snow days we have. This year, we don't have any unused snow days, so maybe that makes the conversation mute. But in this case, this was a day that was scheduled in advance of the school year, but shared with families all the way back in August.
And I know that Dr. Podesta is really good about putting upcoming dates in her weekly word. I'm wondering if the Children's Center has access to that
I
don't
mean,
know.
anybody who signs
also
up for it could
suggested
get
that,
it.
too.
That's, anybody could opt in to receive that. It's public
So
information.
Maybe the
I did
district
tell
should be
Annie, yes.
proactive about having that conversation with the Children's Center.
I did have that conversation with Annie about how she should be signed up for the Connect Ed emails, that she should go to the website. She has people in the buildings who work at the Children's Center who typically tell her the schedule, but nobody from the district, from the administration, tells this Children's Center, and with all due respect, like sports teams who use our stuff once a month, the Children's Center is there every day for our kids. They've raised my son.
Being a parent that also utilized the Children's Center
Yeah.
and had no other choice, I would like to see a proactive way where we could just partner with them with communication. Make sure that they are aware, not have to be into it, but we're able to provide that information to them.
Right. It should be a mutual communication process, to ensure that they are fully aware of what's happening with the calendar and other things too, for sure. The other thing that I've noticed is that for whatever reason, I'm not sure what the reason is, we have the monthly electronic calendar, we have the at-a-glance calendar, but we don't do like a PDF printed calendar like most of the other districts do,
I
where,
think
So
it
that's what
changes
she was
daily.
saying.
Yeah.
Is
but,
that,
and that's the problem,
Yeah.
It changes.
she
is
gets that
that,
from Lakeland.
districts that have a printed calendar have fewer changes on the calendar because it was printed. So I think that maybe that's something that the district might want to think about, is being highly intentional about the calendar, which we've talked about since I've been on the board, and we've gotten much better at it in the last 3 years. So I commend the district for that, especially for the conflicts between schools when kids have, families have multiple kids in different schools. That has gotten much better. But if there was a printed monthly calendar for parents, then this is a moot point because then it's there for them to see, and also the Children's Center could just get a copy of the printed calendar, and then all of this would go away.
I don't even know that we need to print it, put in the funds to print it, but to have a PDF
But that's what I'm
downloadable
saying.
version that is
Right.
sent out via Connect
Correct.
Ed or,
Right.
by Travis McCarty, Margaret Podesta,
Mm-hmm.
and Matt Mello, or whoever wants to send it to the parents or to the community. The
Yeah, I
community
just
could
find it
also
strange
benefit
that we
from
don't
it.
have it.
Well, we just established it. I'm looking at the elementary school calendar for the entire year that was sent out to everybody at the elementary school in August. So I don't want to
In
make it sound
paper?
like we don't do this.
No, I think it's just,
We don't do paper for anything.
Oh.
no,
I
I'm.
print it and
yeah.
mail it to people, but it's sent via Connect Ed to
parents.
all
In a,
parents.
as
Right,
a PDF
but-
version?
Yeah.
Or like as a downloadable? Oh.
Yeah, it's fair.
The problem is, when you have, and that's great for the elementary school, which we know communication at the elementary school is wonderful.
Sorry, I'm not saying the middle school
Yeah.
didn't. I just have the elementary
Right.
school one in front of me
Exactly.
because this is
What
about
I'm-
an elementary school.
What
event.
I'm just saying is that from a district perspective, and I'll just speak from having 3 children in 3 different buildings, if I have to go to 3 different calendars every month to figure out what's going on, or read the weekly word and then read the monthly message from Mr. McCarty, or read the once a quarter message from Mr. Mello, to figure out what dates I'm supposed to be everywhere, it makes it really challenging. And I don't know why our district, for whatever reason, doesn't have a yearly calendar by month that has all of the events happening for the year.
So I think I'm
Like, that's-
confused because I just clicked on our website on our monthly calendar.
Yeah.
All the district events are on here. If you click on May 22nd, it lists half day, 12 p.m. student dismissal elementary school.
But is that link sent out to families to say, hey, check this for the entire school year? And how often is that particular calendar updated? Because if
I
it
mean,
was
it's updated daily.
that's a problem, because things should be planned out in advance. So, I'm just talking about Hallmark events, like when is the second grade
Half-days.
concert going to be? I'm not talking about the minutia that, should be updated on a regular basis. I just think it's interesting, it's something to note, that many other districts have a full year, month calendar that share all of the major events that happen in a PDF that sometimes is printed, sometimes it's not, that can go to families. And in addition to that, can go to partners, right? Like the pre-K program that we have, right, needs to know what's happening with the calendar. And so I don't know, whatever communication is happening with the pre-K program should be happening with the after-school program. So communication could be easily fixed with a different type of calendar. That's what I'm just saying.
No, yeah, I agree. I'm not saying that we know that people don't use our website, right?
And I do think
Our
that we should
website
print the
is,
calendar.
again, a bottomless pit. We know that it's not being used because I've gotten 4 emails in the past week about the half day. So we know that the district is nervous that babies are going to be left at the elementary school. So maybe we just need to figure out a way, like Crystal said or somebody else says, communication is always it's not just the district's fault. Parents should also be looking at it. I get it. But, there's 5,000 things that we're dealing with in December right now. Having a paper calendar or having a PDF calendar, or maybe even a Connect Ed that goes out quarterly, like at the beginning of each semester, saying, hey, we finished, here's how you access your grades, and here is the calendar. Please make sure you look at it. It shows half days, or, something like that, just to have reminders and have communications with people who are in our buildings, I would say, especially Children's Center, because, truly, they're there for us every single day. As students, as parents, they're in our lunchroom, all the time.
I also just want to take a second to highlight the fact that Dr. Podesta's communications weekly need to be read by parents.
Not because
Like,
they're attached.
they need to be read. She is amazing at making sure that she is on top of communicating all of the details that are happening way far in advance. So, from a parent perspective, I don't necessarily think that there is an issue with communication. I actually think it's just more with the Children's Center specifically, about the dates that were open or not open.
I can easily email her the link to the monthly calendar at the beginning of September while I'm on the board. I don't mind to take that upon myself.
I'm happy to email everyone at Parks and Rec the link to the calendar now, if they don't know how to access it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Jeanette, anything?
That's it.
That was it?
Very good.
I'd like motion to convene an executive session for 12 matters of the employment history of 12 particular persons.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? There will be no board work done after. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Resolution passes.